These are just some of the thousands expected to travel the gravel, bringing excitement to the locals. The university released a statement today saying they support both groups' freedoms of speech and expression and are prioritizing the safety of all students. Reporting live, Kennedi Patterson, OU Nightly. What once looked like your average OKC police car is now completely scorched. But even with all of the artifacts, like this door from the Apollo 10 mission and all of his accomplishments, people closest to Stafford say that helping the next generation was the most fulfilling to him. The fire started from this gopher gasser. You light this end of the stick and then stick it into the gopher hole to smoke it out. The OKC Fire Department says it's best to not use these during high fire dangers, but if you do, have some water nearby. Now I'm here at the Noun, just steps away from campus. Owners built this hotel last year for weekends like this with SEC football. I caught up with the GM this morning to see how they're preparing for their biggest football weekend yet. With black hair being more susceptible to damage and breakage, products are in higher demand.
Just feel horrible that something so close to me had happened like that. So close to us, so close to our quiet neighborhood.
Police lined the 1000 block of West Brook Street yesterday after finding the two toddlers, both 2 years old, deceased on arrival.
Well, we heard the commotion and looked out our front window and saw several police cars, and it kind of shocked us.
Residents say Brook Street is no stranger to cars being parked throughout the day, causing them to not think of any reason to check the car.
The cars that park on the street are either students that are going to OU and leave them parked here for a few hours every day, or parents who are coming to get their kids from the McKinley up the street here.
As neighbors continue to wait on more information, they say they plan to eventually hold a vigil.
We feel sad for the tragedy of the children. We feel sad for everyone involved in it.
Police say that the cause of death has not been determined yet, but we'll keep you updated as this investigation continues. Live in Norman, Kennedi Patterson, OU Nightly.
In the midst of the large group of pro-Palestine supporters stood the small group of pro-Israelis chanting with signs and flags.
People like to say, you have no one on your side. The whole world is against you. No one believes in your cause. And that isn't true. So that's why we're here, and that's why it's so important to be here today.
In response to the Palestinian sit-in, an email was sent to all OU students with plans of a counter-protest. Along with the passion that fueled the decision, supporters say that fear accompanied it, leading them to ask OUPD to be present.
We are afraid of physical violence. We are afraid of being doxxed. We are afraid of all sorts of things.
Other OU organizations participated in the protests, stating they felt the need to support students they believe were going unheard.
I want them to know that there is a voice for the Israelis here on campus, that it's not all just one side.
As OU has a significant Jewish community and programs, protesters are working to make sure those here and in Israel feel seen. It's raining cats and dogs at Norman's Second Chance Animal Sanctuary. With hundreds of reports of abandoned and lost pets, the sanctuary is buzzing with business. The organization's director, Rose Grimm, says the staff works hard to meet the needs of the animals brought in.
We do behavioral reassessments, we help them with their medical needs, and we get them spayed or neutered, and then we put them out for adoption.
While Second Chance Animal Sanctuary's mission revolves around its animals, community involvement also sits as one of its main goals.
We appreciate any community support, any local businesses that help us on our mission and our goal to save lives.
The hundreds of animals in need of being rescued and taken care of comes with the financial demand. With the organization being a nonprofit, most of its money for supplies comes from adoption fees and donations. Norman's Main Street Tattoos is one of those many donors.
They do a lot of service for the animals, and you know, they deserve a big shout out, and anybody that can help donate to them and their cause would benefit them, and they would appreciate it.
Second Chance Animal Sanctuary hopes to continue showing members of the Norman community that animals deserve a place to call home too. Kennedi Patterson, OU Nightly.
For many Oklahomans, fair season means fun through food, games, and rides. But for the small business owners in this building, these grounds open the gateway to opportunity and success.
From lamps to clothes and even natural soaps, vendors at the Oklahoma State Fair have everything and more. Though each business has their own unique display, they all have one common goal.
It brings in a ton of new clients, a ton of loyal clients, and this little business supports my family.
The fair gives way to many new businesses in need of getting their name out, but even the businesses that have participated for many years say that the feeling of reaching new people never gets old.
So we've been doing the fair for about 21 years now. This will be our 21st year doing it. We're looking for ways to get our company name out and fell in love with doing the fairs, so we just kind of stuck around with it.
Owners say that times like these are what inspire them to keep their businesses up and running year-round and return for the next fair season. In Oklahoma City, Kennedi Patterson, OU Nightly.